Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode. We have a very exciting guest. Kyle and I were here chatting a little bit before, and we'll get to that in just one second. For those of you just joining, we are Nexvia AI, and I'm Michael Smith, and we specialize in helping business leaders scale their revenue through automation. So if you want to learn more about take your business to the next level, make sure you stick around. And if you're interested in a free growth consultation, just drop me a word, growth, in the DMs, and we'll chat. But today's guest, I'm really excited to learn more about the business of, yes, the business of telemedicine, I guess, and how that's all coming together. Welcome to the podcast, Kyle.
Thank you very much. My name is Kyle Rao. That's spelled Rao. Everybody likes to ask how they spell that there. It's
Good, thank
like
you.
the pasta sauce. It's the most amazing tomato sauce. If you see it in the stores, that's the Rao pasta
We
sauce.
eat
Check
it
it out.
all the time.
There you go. There you go. The same last name. But yeah, I like to call myself a pioneer in the industry. We started the company back in 1999, right after I got my master's degree at ASU. Started with a
And real
little
quick, I guess we should say what the company is, Secure Medical. Kyle is the president of Secure Medical, so I just want to make sure that we don't miss that part.
No problem. Yep. No, I'm president and CEO of Secure Medical. Been doing this for about 27 years now. Uh,
Wow.
every day is something new, and the past 2 years have changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we are pivoting a little bit, but I'd like to share with you guys my journey a little bit. Starting in 1999 here in Tempe, Arizona, we launched a classified ad in the USA Today. Remember when people used to read
Oh,
newspapers,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
little ad for Viamedic.com. And there we had sold very popular men's ED treatment, the Viagra. So when Pfizer introduced Viagra, we wanted to deliver it to the public there without the hassle of going to your doctor and pharmacy and picking it up. So that was the first product, and that was the first ad in the newspaper, and the first domain, Viamedic.com. Since then, we've evolved. We're a leading provider in direct-to-consumer telehealth services, including many lifestyle medications, urgent care, and strategic pharmaceutical partnerships. Um, with we experienced rapid early growth. So that's something I wanted to talk
Yeah.
about there. It's a proof that expanding too fast can shift the company's dynamics.
Right.
So at the beginning we grew too fast, and then we had to shift back and get things in a little bit more of an order because it just started to become real messy. When you're doing something from 10 orders a day to over 2,000 orders a day,
Wow.
it's now it was incredible. It was incredible growth there when it first got started. Um, Before I discuss the business, I wanted to share that I will be attending the B2B show in Las Vegas.
Okay.
That is in the next 3 weeks. Uh, we decided to go this route over the health fair, even though we are in the health industry. We attended the show last year. We found that a lot of people attending the health fairs, they look to be within that niche of health. Here, I want to expand our model to, mom and pops businesses, anybody looking to get started, because we do a lot here. We can create landing pages, links, and so forth. So it's not just for healthcare. It's for people in, telemedicine and people that understand, the need of our service from the comfort of their own home, basically.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit more. So when you think of those partners, like when you say mom and pop and like what kind of companies and businesses are you thinking about connecting with that would be able to somehow, and how would they incorporate your service into what they do?
Basically, anybody who needs, telemedicine services. We have actually four different models. So we have Prescription Hub, which we hire doctors to do online, kind of like a teledoc, with that do an
Hmm.
online consultation, but they can also choose their pricing. So they're um, uh, a little bit more energy, I guess you could say, with them not having the company having so much control. They have more control, and they're able to bring their own patients and customers into that model and harness that data there. So when I say mom and pop or brick and mortar, I mean, let's say like a doctor's office that hasn't really expanded into 24/7 care. He decides he wants to shut his or turn his practice down, or he's away, but our doctors can take over and handle those clients while he's away.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
if he's looking to generate additional business, we could send telemedicine patients his way. He's like, the doors are open. A medical student is graduating college, and what do they do now? Do they go get a job at existing practice? Do they stake their own claim? Do they, register for multi-state licensing, which I highly recommend doing, because that seems to be where it's going. Doctors are getting those multi-state licenses, and so if they need to
Hmm.
practice in multiple states, they can do so at ease. Another
So
model.
you really offer lead generation for doctors as far as helping them increase their patient volume?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
is there a way for them that maybe this is one of the models you'll get to for them to incorporate these telemedicine services that you offer kind of into their own practice somehow?
absolutely. So they can harness all the data right on our platform. Basically, it looks like them. It looks like they're white label, right
Hmm.
online.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like e-prescribing, we connected with SureScript, so we have all the elements in place where that patient or that doctor can visit with a patient, whether it's through a video call like this or a quick phone call, and within a few buttons, send a script to the pharmacy of their choice at a rate that they felt comfortable with. No insurance at this time, so it is a cash basis.
Right. So the main businesses, when you say B2B, the main businesses that you would connect with would be physicians' offices or
That's just some of them. I mean, it's anybody who wants to promote telemedicine. Let's say it's a car dealer, and he's hiring. He's got 50 employees, and he doesn't want to pay the high premiums for insurance.
hmm
Um, our other model, our doctor.com, can harness that data and prescribe and provide telemedicine services for those employees. So even though um, you know they don't they don't offer that actual incentive there. Now we have that incentive to offer those companies to give their employees. So they look, as somebody comes into a business, they're like, what do you have any medical benefits? Most businesses say not really. Restaurants, they don't have it. But now with our model here, they can purchase credits, or they can become a partner, and now we can serve all their employees at ease, so they don't have to worry about insurance, dealing with insurance.
right. And so can you, I know you do urgent care, a lot of lifestyle Medicaid, and it sounds like you can even provide some chronic disease management.
Chronic disease. We do mental health, a lot of dental care. We even go as far as pet care. I mean, chronic disease is a little tough. I mean, it's depending. We can't operate on you, right? So you're going to
Right.
want to have that
Yeah.
secondary insurance,
But like for
to
blood
for
pressure management and that kind of
blood
thing.
blood
Yeah.
pressure, cholesterol, a lot of the maintenance stuff, weight loss, a lot of lifestyle, is basically the core of our business. Self-diagnosis type products. I mean, you look in the mirror, that you're bald. You need hair medications, right? So, but the technology is there now. Even dental, you can go with a camera phone, and the dentist, they can look in your mouth and get up close, and they can see what's going on in there and get you taken care of. It's
When
where it's
you,
shifting.
yeah, it's interesting you talk about like your probably your biggest challenge was a good challenge, I guess, to have, but your biggest challenge early on was just growth, right? I can imagine. I have to say, I didn't even realize telemedicine was around in 1999, or I mean, that's pretty amazing that you've been around that long. Today, you said the last couple of years have been, created its own challenges. Like, what are your main challenges of today?
I'll tell you, the competition coming in.
Yeah,
They see what's happening. Amazon is able to prescribe medications now.
yeah, yeah.
That's what happens. But we're lucky, because during the early 2000s, we bought out a lot of our competition, and we have the highest trust pilot rating for any pharmaceutical company.
Hmm.
And it's keeping a good, clean model, keeping customers happy. It's just what Secure Medical's always been. Keeping customers' data safe and not you know pushing medications down people's throats either. We don't. A lot of these companies, they thrive on subscriptions, and our doctors frown upon sometimes of prescribing a medication of ours on a subscription that's not taken every day. It's more taken as needed. So but it's ourselves, though, we have more SKUs than all of our competitions. I think we have over 350 SKUs right now of different medications, nutraceuticals. So we even got into medical devices and even adult toys. It's just so e-drugstore, which is our core now. We funded a lot of our satellite sites there, is our bread and butter. But going there, which is nice, is that we want to, with the B2B show, I want to give the public a chance to open their own drugstore. They can get there for a price of, I think it's $2.99. They can have a landing page. A full white label's $45.99, but they can be off to the races. Generally, people that would want to use this service as a partner, usually have a database of their own, or they see that their customers or database have a need for products and services that we offer. But not just that, influencers now, I mean, they've changed a lot. And that's in the last 2 years. I talked to my credit card processor, and he's like, do you have influencers? And I'm like, why? He's like, they're the ones making all the money now. Like the single,
Yeah.
they're making more than, small to medium sized companies, and they're just at their home doing what we're doing, communicating with the public and, engaging. And that single person is very powerful now.
So essentially, anybody that wants to, I mean, essentially what they're doing is investing in building a business, but you essentially have the business, and they're just
It's it's
promoting
too,
it.
it's too
Yeah.
hard. It's too hard to come in and build a business like this. I mean, we have 14 pharmacy locations. We have doctors networks, that work different
Hmm.
times. I mean, you'd have to plug in all that, and you'd have to get a body too if you want to promote on Google or any of the social media. You need what's called a legit script approval, which is a seal that allows you. To do business there, which they're now recognizing because they just don't want anybody to come in that doesn't have these seals and verification. So you can't really start this company on your own. I mean, you can, but it's
Oh, it'd be
not
huge.
easy. Huge.
You've been doing it for 27 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's interesting that essentially anyone that is looking to invest in a business and kind of, yeah, well, I'll say grow their own business, but essentially, I guess you grow it for them. You just invest the money and you're promoting a landing page and people sign up, and then at that point, it's really all you guys, right?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, marketing costs are what kills you.
Yeah.
Because you could spend so much money in a day, and is that going to show a return?
Hmm.
We've done all that. We've done it. We scaled back, and we decided, okay, let's shift our model to providing B2B services or white label services for partners that want to come in and create their own model.
Hmm.
A couple different models we have is we have a BidRx savings card. So if you've heard of something like GoodRx, where you go to a pharmacy and they save you on medications, we have our own card, and now you could get a little piece of that action. So let's say there's a doctor's group or a good sized business that has customers, and they say use this BidRx card. So then now that company can get a little piece of uh, the chunk of money that they paid it off to the pharmacy. So it's all nicely tracked.
I'm kind of curious so let's fast forward 6 to 12 months from now, if that's in a reasonable amount of time. If you were looking back and you could say, we absolutely nailed it, what would have happened to get you to that space? Like, what do you think would be the holy grail of if we could do this, it would just dramatically change our business?
That's a good question. I think if we can like if we could promote a product and then it just picks up like wildfire, like we had a product on our TikTok channel. Within 1 week, we're doing something like 15 to 20 sales a day to almost 600 orders a day, and that's just because that product was given to people's hands and they were promoting it themselves. So you see a lot of these people promoting products from the comfort of their home, and they can connect to our TikTok shop or our other Shopify or whatever that we have. So um, if I were to go back, I would, let's say during COVID time, yeah, that would have been my focus. Would have been more social media during that time.
Yeah, any social media driven companies just blew up
Yeah,
during COVID. So
yeah.
yeah, I could see how that would. So it's, I mean, I guess it's not really I mean, are people affiliates or how are
There's
they
there's a,
making income or how they do that?
absolutely. I mean, I have some examples here. Let's see, my team put something together here for me. There's a couple of success stories that we have here. Mike H. From Colorado started while working a 9 to 5 job. Now earns about 14,000 a month. Sarah, a stay-at-home mom, earning 3,000 a month by sharing affiliate links on her social media.
Okay,
And
yep.
then we have a white label partner who's making almost 60,000 a month by scaling their platform using our new telehealth cash. So that is our new model. That's what I'm going to be promoting in Las Vegas here in the next few weeks, and that is the model. So people can choose: do they want to promote telemedicine services? Do they want to sell drugstore medications? Do they want to offer urgent care services or mental health, pet care, anything in the healthcare industry I'm involved in.
And is that likely someone who's already in the healthcare industry and they're in adding what you do on as a service, or what's your typical partner
No,
there?
I'll tell you, our typical partners range. A lot of them are a lab kit, a lab testing, even adult industry, dating industry. Um, we have, we do attend what's called the AVN show as well in January, which we promote those services there. So, like an OnlyFans type model. We like to call us like the telehealth OnlyFans type model, right?
Yeah.
So it's businesses range. It's not
Hmm.
just doctors' offices. It's adult industry. It's commercial, industrial, marketing agencies, and that's the one there. I mean, when you're at a show and like this that we're going to, everyone's there and they have the energy and they need to see the vision, and how can they add this angle, or introduce this angle to their current existing model. So that's where my team comes in and says, well, what do you do? There are people that, want to come in fresh and they don't have marketing, or I'm sorry, they don't have a database, or they don't have marketing dollars.
Hmm.
That's generally not our customer. They're welcome to purchase, a plan that we have and give it a shot. But you know what? It's funny, you can't judge a book by its cover. And I've learned that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've dealt with some people and I didn't think that they were going to produce, but you know what? Months down the road, it came to fruition and, proved me wrong. So, I mean, that's something I learned, is that you got to really, treat everybody with the same, respect and attitude, because you never know what they're going to bring to the table.
Is there a new, well, I mean, you're absolutely right. Where there's a will, there's a way. If there's people want to make it happen, they can make it happen, wherever their baseline is. Where is there a particular industry that you're really eager to tap into that you think would be a great partner for you?
Yes, absolutely. I think I would love to tap into a pharmaceutical distributor and manufacturer of a medication. We would like to, if they have a new product that needs to get to market, that's where we come into. So if let's say Merck. or Bayer comes along with a new medication, that's something our doctors feel that would be a good product to promote, and
Hmm.
they can handle that through a consultation online. That's what we want. I'd
Right.
love to push a brand new product, because right now everybody's just marketing the same medications. It's, the unique marketing we look at, the affiliate market, the influencer marketing, and, what's working. Is a compound working? That's changed within the past 2 years. You would sell a brand medication from a pharmacy. Now these compound pharmacies are coming in and saying, well, we got one pill that can do this, 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 and
Right.
one. And I'm like,
Yeah.
holy moly, right? So now it's like, what's the next thing? Is you're going to have a medication that's got eight, different, treatments in it? It's like, that's where it's going. It seems like where it's going, you know.
Have you tried like a Facebook ad strategy? Especially when you think about the more just building a business from the ground up. Like with an investment, you can build a business from, or it can honestly kind of be built for you and you just promote it. Have you tried that strategy?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that one actually works. That's one of the better ones for us. However, I've been told that we need to shift our focus to Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit.
It sounds like Reddit is going to be the future there. And just we hired an intern last week, and he's working that angle, and he's jumping into the engagement of the channels. This is something that I've had to learn in the past 2 years. So me coming in, getting the structure together, I've now shifted my efforts into marketing.
Hmm.
How does this landing page look? Is this link working? How's the feel of it? How's the navigation of the site? And even testing, always breaking stuff on the weekend. Getting our programmers online, right? It's
Yeah.
something. What you edit, modify something, the other thing breaks. And
And I
it's
mean,
you got to be on top of that. Yeah.
AI has been a real game changer in this world too with ads and tests. I mean, you can test hundreds of versions of ads on Facebook, for example, or really anywhere, in ways that you couldn't before, and just so narrow in on and target the messaging that's hitting the spot with the most people.
Well, I tell you, I mean, it's very costly to obtain new business. Our focus
Hmm.
first off is to tailor to the customers we have currently.
Yeah.
Change up email strategies. They may say, I don't like this template here. So we give them a choice of templates that they want. Do they want more news feeds, or they want more images, or they wanting more information from the doctor? So you have to really tie into that consumers or your customers vision, or what's gonna make him click that button. You know what I mean? Is it
Yeah.
this image? Is it this product? What do they want? We're really asking them more of for feedback.
I mean, what have you, I guess this is along the lines of what we've been talking about. What have you found to be the hardest part about getting your message in front of the right people, the most people?
Hmm. Hardest part about getting the message, I would say that what works for us is we've been around, the longest in the
Hmm.
business,
Yeah.
for 25 years.
Yeah.
We also promote, which others do not, most others do not, is that we offer a no subscription model. We don't want
Yeah.
patients and customers to be locked into something that they're curious on trying. And Google Analytics tells us that, hey, that model is great. That is what's working for us. What I want to do is I want to get new products in front of people. It's hard, you're pushing the same brands and of pharmaceutical, unless there's new products coming out every day. But that's why we've shifted into medical devices, because there are different types of
Hmm.
devices that are coming out each day. For migraine, we're looking at pain relief, vision care. So that new widgets, or you want to call them, those seem to be what we need to look at, but also look to see what Amazon is selling, right? I mean, my marketing team's what is they selling, and then let's see if we can get that product cheaper over there, and then put it on our shops and add it to our stores. So Amazon's doing a lot of the research for us already. We can see
Right.
what they're doing, right, and you can see
Yeah,
off that. So I mean, it's tough. I mean, we're all competing with that big player over there, but I think we got
hmm
something a little bit different. It's a little bit more personalized care. I mean, we got
exactly.
the concierge care now, and so they can speak to a doctor quickly. We even have in-house fitness training and nutrition experts. We just welcomed a new gentleman to Peak Body. He's our peakbody.com, which we got into recently, which was peptides. That seemed
hmm
to be, so it went from, prescription drugs to compounds to peptides to now what's going to be next, right? So you have to really add all of those products to your roster and then tailor to everybody's needs, because they do, you'd be surprised, what they buy, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, we got something here. Let's add the products, get them listed, and then see what works. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work, and that's okay. We tried. Um, it's a give or take. We got to move on. Don't let it bother you the time that you put into something. Because you never know. Things change quickly.
Yeah. So if someone, I guess consumers or patients or whatever we want to call them, can they tap into your services directly?
Absolutely. With telehealth cash,
Okay.
it empowers it empowers entrepreneurs and medical professionals to swiftly establish branded telehealth business with secure medical, managing all of the
Yeah.
compliance, logistics, and operations. So right away they're off to the races.
hmm
Is there a little risk to that? Market exclusivity is limited. You know, delaying actions can result in losing territory or competitive advantages. Um, you want to we can provide partner kits and give them the information they do to exceed. So that's what I think. What's nice here is that you just come aboard. We have dedicated representatives that will handle your case. So they'll follow up and say, hey, you should be doing this, or let's try to add this product. So you purchase, let's say, a landing page from us. All of a sudden, you're going to say, hey, why are you adding this product? Well, those products sell. We did that for you. So we want to do what works. I mean, the bottom line is making money. You know what I mean? And nobody wants to put the effort in if it's not going to show the returns.
Right.
And and that's just basically what it is. So we want to provide them the easy way to connect to our services, because hey, we've done well. And we're doing well. A lot of companies are not doing well in our space because they're spending a lot on marketing, hoping that they're going to get that back with that customer. And I'm like, oh boy, good luck to you.
Yeah, marketing, the world of marketing today has changed, and that's another place with AI. It's just we can learn and respond so much more quickly than we ever could before, and really, honestly, have contact with a lot more people than we ever could before. So, if someone wants to learn more about secure medical or the services that you offer, what's the best way for them to learn more?
Head over to securemedical.com or telehealthcash.com. But give us a call. Do create an intake form of what your needs are, and one of my reps will get back to you with a lot less than 24 hours. So we're there. We're there for people. We're hustling just like everybody else, but they're hustling to obtain new business customers. We want to bring in the bigger player, the ones that have the database, the ones that need to pivot their existing model. So we're ready to go. That's a plug and play for us. I mean, the telehealth market is expected to grow from 43 billion 2024, to 317 billion in 2034. I mean, so in 10 years time, it's just going to be shifted and booming. What's to say that's going to happen? Maybe hospitals, and there's not going to be any more ambulances. Maybe they're bringing the instruments to your home.
Right. Yeah.
right? Nobody wants to leave their home. Who's to know
I
what's going
think
to
it's
happen,
hard to
right?
predict where we'll be 10 years from now. I don't know that we would have ever predicted we'd be where we are today. So it's like even in the last year, things have just changed so dramatically in the information world. So if you want to learn more about Secure Medical, go to securemedical.com, fill out the form, and like Kyle says, they will get right back to you. It sounds like I'm really intrigued by the whole idea of basically you're helping people start businesses too. That's a very cool concept.
Absolutely. Not only
Yeah.
that, I mean, we'll share affiliate links with them, their contacts, so provide banners, QR codes, anything they need for a white label suite. They want to add new products, something that we never thought about, or their existing model needs to tailor to a different fashion of medical care. Let my team evaluate and you know give you that opportunity. But then we learn from that too. So it's always learning. We're not ones that will, you know, push back and say that's not going to work. We want to give everybody the opportunity and chance to really succeed. We're not, in their faces if they're not producing. But it's not easy out there. You got to hustle and you got to ask questions. You got to engage and not just think that it's just going to come. You can't just set up a business and then you're off to the races. You can have the greatest idea in the world, and without marketing, good luck to you. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's been very fascinating. Stick around for a little bit more. We'll chat a little bit more, but I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me. It's been intriguing. I'll definitely be following Secure Medical.
Thank you guys
All
for
right.
listening. Appreciate that. And again, reach out to us if you have any questions. We're here 7 days a week. Our call center is 7 days a week to call them, leave a message, and we'll make sure somebody gets back to you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much. Thank you very much.